Hello walkers, and welcome back to Livingston. Now I don't normally like to try to avoid doing Livingston too often, but we're just getting a ton of snow and I thought you guys might enjoy seeing this. It's not even Halloween yet and we got last night approximately, well, you can kind of see the ruts in the road there. I'd say about 10 inches of depth. I don't know how they measure that, whether they melt it down for precipitation or not. And so I think we have a mistaken identity there. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a quick walk around town. I am trying my audio system. Oh, and I've got a new Scotty makes. I don't know if you can see the reflection or not, but it's a vertical axis stabilizer. So I'm testing that out. It's a whole new design. Pretty impressive. I can put my GoPro on it without having to use a bunch of tape and rubber bands. So that's exciting. I do have to get a separate mount for the Osmo, but that's okay. So I still haven't really done a full adjustment on the tension of it. But we're just going to do a relatively 10, 15, 20 minutes. Let's try and hit 20 minutes today, maybe more. The cold will suck the battery out of the GoPro pretty quickly. So I'm gonna actually, sorry about that, reduce my tension a little bit here. Try to. I think that's right. There we go. Anyway, you can see somebody driving a snowblower up ahead, clearing out the sidewalk a little bit. You can see how deep it is. That's been pushed up a little bit, but it's a good 10 inches of snow so far. Morning. And we'll just loop around here onto Park Street. We're on Main Street right now. I think it's the 23rd of October, 22nd. Can't remember. And it's, well, we've got a discrepancy in the bank thermometers. I think it's about 16 degrees Fahrenheit, which I'm gonna guess that's negative 10 Celsius. That is a total and complete guess. Way off, I'm sure. Got my gloves on, otherwise I'd check my phone. See, this person has a ton of snow on their car. They're gonna have a little bit of time digging out. This guy has weights on the back of his little tractor to help him get traction. He's going to make a turn here, I think. I don't want to get in his way. You can see the train in the background. It's going over, I forget, I think that's Maine over there, but I feel like they're also, let me sneak past this guy. There we go. Over here you can see the beanery. They're open for breakfast. Things don't really shut down here for snow, although the highway probably should have the last couple weeks, last week or so. There have been a lot of accidents up on the pass. People not quite back in the habit of driving in the snow yet. You can see this table has a ton. Luckily, it's not blowing too hard yet. And the reason I wanted to take the time to come out here and give you a little walk, well, one, it's snowing and it's pretty and it's nice and different, but also I'm hoping to go do several walks tomorrow, Sunday. It's going to be really cold and we're getting a lot more snow than I expected. So if the roads aren't good enough to drive on, I'm not going to go. And I wanted to make sure I got you guys a walk. I'd like to ask you guys questions. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for stopping by and sharing your time with me, but also for leaving your comments and subscribing, clicking that bell to get notified about new videos. And also, I love hearing your criticisms, your thoughts on what I could do better. Also, personal connections and personal stories from these places. There. This is Gill's Goods on the left. They're affiliated with the Murray. And here is Dan Bailey's. They've switched over, they've changed ownership, and now the folks over at Timber Trails run Dan Bailey's and Timber Trails, which is now just all Dan Bailey's. Great people in there. They have fly fishing stuff, but now they also have skiing, biking, outdoor gear, all that fun stuff for recreating in the outdoors. And good people in there. So if you're ever in town, stop by. Also, Livingston Business Improvement District has put up a lot of these signs about how to travel responsibly in these times, and that's pretty nice too. And also encouraging people to shop locally, which is great. I got a request on one of my videos to show Christmas lights, so when they eventually get put up, there'll be a bunch in these trees, and they're really pretty. They're actually up now. They just got to turn them on, I think, or most of them. I don't think they really take them off. We're gonna go down here. We're on 3rd Street, and we'll go past the library up here. I'm walking in the middle of the street because, well, people haven't had a chance to clear all the sidewalks yet, and there's a lot of snow. My son and I, my oldest and I, and my wife cleared out. Well, I did one pass at about 8. We came back and did another pass at about 9:30, and there's just a ton of snow, as you can see. Looks like there's a warning sign about falling snow off the roofs of these places. It happens often in places with a lot of snow. They do put up measures to try and keep that from happening, because it can be dangerous. If you can imagine 20 pounds of snow falling from way up there, that would be a problem. Looks like they've done one pass and it's filled up here, and they need another pass. The folks who contract to clear these sidewalks, there's somebody over there, looks like a commercial operation. On days like this, they'll be up all night, and they'll just work and work and work and work, because they gotta make money while the snow falls. So I'm going to show you here in a second, I think. This is the snow, and well, it's a little shallower there. In my backyard, it was up to the top of my boots this morning. I've got my good wind protection mic on, but I don't know if it's going to hold up to this wind. Oh, I was going to ask you guys a question. For those of you who do have treadmills and use these on your treadmills, if you would, please leave in the comments below what kind of brand of treadmill you would recommend. I'm a little curious about that. Pretty tree there with the red berries still on, the white and the green, almost like Christmas. Sounds like some kids are over here having fun in the snow in the churchyard. think that I should have a counterweight on this lighter camera setup. I think this Scotty makes Micro 2, Micro Stabilizer 2, is made for a little bit of a heavier setup. Slipping and sliding around in these ruts. Excuse me. Guy over there said aloha. Which reminds me of one of the channels I like, Photo Luke Hawaii. We chat on the comments sometimes, and he always ends with aloha. Another good Hawaii channel is well, there's a couple. One is Sunset Hawaii, or Hawaii Sunsets. So bad with names. Anyway, very cool. Oops, somebody's trying to use the street with their car. It's outrageous. Just kidding, of course. Oh my gosh, guys. Look how deep this snow is. It's literally... Oh, dropped my earbud. It's literally up to my boot tops. That's 14 inches, I think. I'm trudging through this unshoveled snow. I've had dozens and dozens of birds at my feeder in this cold weather trying to fatten up. So if you have cold weather coming up, remember our little avian friends need food to stay warm. Oh, here comes the wind. That's good times. It's hard to see definition in any contrast changes in lights and seeing any kind of contour because of the light. This amount of snow is not really that unusual. A couple years ago we had a ton of snow, but that was in February. This is late mid-October, and we don't usually get this much this early. The other normally when we get this much snow is we'll strap on our cross-country skis and go for a ski around town, but we haven't unpacked those yet. They're out in our storage unit, and there's so much snow that we don't think we're going to go out, at least today, to go grab those. Just staying off the roads as much as possible today. Oh, that was a thick section. Sorry for the heavy breathing and sniffles. It is fairly cold out here. Oh, I hear the geese fussing down here. That's interesting. Looks like the lagoon even froze a little bit. Or maybe that's just snow that's sort of piling up and slushy. No, geese are on parts of it. Certainly wouldn't want to walk out there. Not yet anyway. Later in the year maybe. Yeah, here they come in. Oh yeah, that's frozen. Nice one. All right, we're gonna go back this way a little bit and loop back through Main Street again. Excuse me, back towards the office. We gotta walk into the wind a little bit. Now, I did a walk to show the fall colors last week, actually, and covered this area. This is the pool. Over there's the skate park and the Civic Center. So check that out and you can sort of do a compare and contrast. Future videos I'm hoping to do are going to be Ennis, Dillon, Bannock State Park, and Whitehall. Maybe Twin Bridges. All in Montana, of course. Southwest Montana, to be specific. Hi there. It's a stabilizer. Here comes the wind. It's unusual that it's out of the east. Usually, or the north, it's usually out of the south. Comes off of Yellowstone and the Absarokas down into the valley and follows the river down through, there's a name for that little canyon. I just call it the wine glass, even though that's not the wine glass. And we'll just blow through here. In fact, a couple weeks ago, it got so strong, we had I think 4 or 5 nights of really heavy wind, and it broke the mounting bracket for my American flag. Not cool. So I went out and bought a metal one. Hopefully that'll hold up. And again, this is just in the last 16 hours. Look at this one. Must be something, might be a rocket box or something on this car. Looks like it's got a camper on top. Right. Up here on the left is what is it? Something towel supply. What is it called? Industrial towel and cover supply. Oh, look at this little cat. Anyway, that's not that interesting, honestly. Super chemically, but whatever. And then off to the right is the temporary. Oh, look at this kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty. Well, I don't want to scare you. Yeah. Off to the right there is temporary home of First Interstate Bank because they're redoing their building, which is on the corner of Main and Callender, across from the post office. They've been doing that most of the summer. And then beyond towel supply here, this very cool brick row house, I'll get out in the street again to show you a view, is the Absorica Beartooth apartment or condo. And it's Sweetwater Guest House, sorry. And it's owned by some friend of ours, and we've rented it out for a month at a time during our travels. It's really nice. It's the front half. There's another one in back that I think is also rental. It's also nice. Naked brick inside, very well done, very well maintained, and fully stocked kitchen, all that fun stuff. Basement, big TV, awesome leather couches, all that fun stuff. Get back to the sidewalk here. This is Old Squad Barbecue and Smokehouse. Obviously not really open for business today, but I haven't actually tried it. I've heard it's pretty good. I'd love to give it a shot. Then we've got the BPOE, the Eagles. It's a bar in there, as well as a big room for events and that sort of thing. It's like the police are checking on something. Mountain View Travel. Must be hard business these days. And this is the old Dan Bailey warehouse that they are trying to rehab. I've heard the building itself has really been neglected, but they're redoing it, and hopefully they'll get it done, and the hardware store, what is it? River's Edge hardware store can go in there. This is I didn't show you, I'm going to point back there. Across the street from the BPOE, the Eagles, is a Livingston Food Resource Center. And here, off to my right, and you can see a little bit of me and my little stabilizer. the community bakery. Apparently this is a really good bakery, and make good cookies and stuff. Here is the lot in which the First Interstate Bank building is going in. I guess they kind of ran out of space and room. And then across the street from there is the old post office, the post office in Livingston. And then the yellow building to the left of that is the library, which is one of the original Carnegie libraries. And then you can see the sign for the Hyatt House Bar, kind of a dive bar. Although I don't spend any time in there, so I'm not really one to judge. I shouldn't be one to judge. The Murray Hotel in the distance, they're redoing that section of 2nd Street, which I think I incorrectly called Main a minute ago. And then the Walk, which has been around forever. One of the few, well, the only current Chinese restaurant. There is a couple Thai places now. And you can see the wind kind of blowing the snow around. We're in the lee of the building. This is the corner of Calendar and 2nd. And I think, I think we're going to call it here. We've sort of done a big loop. It's not the longest walk we've ever done, but hopefully that's enough to sate your appetite and give you a little view of how beautiful Livingston is in the snow. Livingston, Montana, a windy little town. And so come back next time, leave us a comment, click subscribe and like, and click that bell to get notified. But mainly, come back next time. Until then, keep on stepping.